Welcome everyone to the Proven Knowledge Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Church. I'm a music producer from Northeast Ohio. I began this weekly interview series to give you different perspectives from artists, producers, engineers, and other individuals in the music industry. In each episode, we touch on not only what has helped the person succeed, but we also touch on what has shaped them into the person that they are today. I hope you're able to gain some real proven knowledge from the show, and that it helps elevate you on your own journey to success as well. Let's get into it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 284 here on the Proven Knowledge Podcast. Today we had another amazing guest sent to me by Dom. Shout out to Dom for always sending me amazing artists to interview, and today we had Tramaine Long on the show. He is a Christian artist, but he's also a producer, engineer, wears a lot of different hats. And a primary point of our conversation today talked about how he balances doing all those different things, along with being an active minister, having a family, and having a full-time job on top of that. I thought it was super impressive the way that he talks about how he's been able to maintain all of that and do it in a way that isn't draining to him. And it really is very fulfilling to him still, even with long-term goals to make his ministry and his music career a full-time thing. He's still grinding it out every single day. He talked about the importance that his wife has had on his journey, being his manager, but also being his partner, and really having the faith in him and the trust in him to, see his vision through, which I think is super vital, especially for anyone that has a partner and who does music. Because a lot of the times you can kind of butt heads with your partner on those things. So I think it's good to have someone there that is very trusting and someone that believes in you in that way. And he also talked about his project that dropped at the top of 2025 called Legendary, the story behind that, and the story behind his most recent track, Pure Gift, that he just dropped for the holiday season. Tramaine is just staying active, doing a lot of great things, and he's got a deluxe version of Legendary coming out very soon as well. So I'm thrilled to get connected with him and see what he's going to be doing moving forward. And once again, shout out to Dom. And without further ado, let's get into this one. Kind of just have the guest, introduce themselves. So kind of let us know, who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing music.
All right, so man, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Tramaine Long. I am a singer, songwriter. I'm a rapper. I am a producer, engineer, a husband, a father, a minister. And man, I've been doing music since I was 17 years old, over 20 plus years. And now, man, the music's starting to really flourish. All the hard work I put in is starting to really take notice. It's starting to bloom. So I'm Tramaine Long, y'all. What's going on?
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to have you here, man. Like I said, thanks to Dom for getting us kind of connected and getting this set up today. I've been definitely looking forward to it, and I guess I kind of want to start there because you, like you just said, you wear many hats. You do a lot of different things, and I can tell you're very hands-on with the music that you create and the music that you put out. So I guess I'm curious to know: has it always been that way for the 20 plus years, or has that been more of a recent part of your journey where you started doing more in regards to your own music?
So it always been like this. When I started out doing music, I didn't have a lot of money. So I started out, like I said, I was 17, so I understood that I didn't have a lot of money, and I knew that I didn't have money for studio time.
Yeah.
So I just had a passion for doing it. So I had a little job, and I just started investing into myself. I bought a mic from Radio Shack. My mother had an old computer. I took that computer. My friend gave me FL Studios, and he gave me Acid Pro at the time. That's what I was using to record in. So, and I took those, and I just been working on my skill set. So, because I realized, as from a business standpoint, this is my way to cut costs. So I always been doing it. Now, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't want somebody to do some other things.
Yeah.
They're better than me.
Yeah.
Because when you are right now, I'm a father. I still work a full-time job. A lot of people don't know. They see all stuff I got going on. I'm like, I still work a full-time job in management. And trying to balance that, being a father, being a husband, and teaching on Sundays and Wednesdays at church, and trying to be in the studio and create It's a lot. So I would love to give up some of these hacks, but I'm not finna allow somebody to learn on my dime.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's the thing.
For sure. And I think that's the best thing you can do too, is being able to learn it all first, and then if you have to delegate to different people, you can, but you feel more comfortable about doing that after you've already learned these things and picked up these skills and things like that. So I got to tip my hat to you, because I think that's how I do things as well. I'm very like selective about giving up power to certain people, or like letting people handle a certain task. I think it's always better when you can kind of do things on your own, and then when you want to, you can delegate those tasks. And I guess that leads into another good question, which would be, by the way, I got to say this, total sidebar. You said Radio Shack, and I might be one of the last generations to know what Radio Shack is, because I feel like a lot of people don't know what that is. But when I was a kid, that was like the end of Radio Shack. So I just wanted to say that real quick. But I guess my next question would be, how do you think you balance all of those things nowadays? Because like you said, you're doing so many different things, and you said you're a family man, you have a job, all that stuff, and all that stuff requires a lot of time and patience. How do you think you balance all those things? And do you think you balance it well? And has that been something you've been working on the last, year or so, I guess?
What I would say to that is I try to do my best with balancing it, but I get asked that question a lot about how do I balance it, and I feel like I try to compartmentalize them and prioritize things.
Yeah.
All right. So, for example, I was working on my album Legendary, and but I have to do that in stages, because I'm the producer, I'm the audit, I'm the recording engineer, I'm the mixing engineer, I'm the mastering engineer, and I'm the vocal coach. I'm all these different things. I'm the executive producer, so I have to do everything in stages. And then I have to have good communication with my wife. Let her know, because to be honest with you, she the one that like, all right, you've been working on it, we need to get this done. So I told her, I'm like, hey, now if I got to get this done, I'm gonna have to spend more time in the studio.
Yeah.
Right. So with me being in the studio, hey, I'm not around you and the boys like that. Y'all in the house, but I'm in here because I'm trying to bang out these songs, and I got a mix, and sometimes a mix don't come out right the first time. So I'm gonna have to do like 2-3. I remember I had a song on there called Can't Get Enough. I mixed that song almost like 20-30 times.
Wow.
To get it to sound the way I want it to sound.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, it ain't sounding right. So, but trying to compartmentalize everything and do things in stages. So if I know that I got to teach, that kind of come. I had to put that before some of this stuff. So it's like, okay, let me focus in on studying, preparing to teach God's people. I got to get that in. And when it comes down to, let's say once the album done, okay, I had to focus in on photo shoots. Okay, we got to get that done. I'm trying to do things in stages. So now, once the album out, now I'm focusing straight in on marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, creating content for marketing, so I can put stuff out. All this stuff take time, and when it's just you, I have to do it like that.
Yeah.
So I'll be all over the place. But you need a team. I'm telling you one thing. We just said, like, we like to do stuff by ourselves, but I don't mind a team. I just don't want somebody. I'd have had people take my stuff and take my music, or I'm gonna mix it for you, and it's just loud and nothing sound. It just sounds loud, nothing balanced and stuff like that. Nah, hold up, nah. I'm gonna shoot your music video. I shoot all my music videos too. So if somebody gonna shoot my music video, they need to be better. You need to be better than me.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be on my level, better than me, to where I feel like I can trust you to do that.
Yeah.
Because if I come out and look like it's an amateur, I can't. Like, no. So that's why I do it myself for right now. So at least my stuff will attract people to want to work with me.
Yeah.
Presentation is everything.
Yeah. Hey there, hope you're enjoying the episode so far. I just wanted to take a quick minute out to let you know about a couple different ways that you can support the podcast. One of the ways is by clicking that support the podcast button within your streaming platform. That is if you want to be a monthly supporter of the show. You can contribute either 99 cents, $5, or $10 a month. So that's the first way, and that's the more traditional way that we've had now for the last couple years. The other method that we actually just recently introduced is from our good friends over at Ko-fi. Ko-fi is a virtual tip jar. We have set our limit to a minimum of $10, but you can go make one-time, one-off donations. So if you visit ko-fi.com/the Proven Knowledge Podcast, you'll be able to donate. And all these different forms of donation go towards getting new guests every single week, getting potential sponsors on board to do giveaways, and overall just making the show better for you guys. So if you want to do that Ko-fi link, it's ko-fi.com/the Proven Knowledge Podcast. Otherwise, again, look for that support the podcast button in your streaming platform if you'd like to be a monthly supporter. And I just want to say thank you guys for your contributions. And without further ado, let's get back into the episode. And you're protecting your vision too, which is the biggest thing. And that's the most important thing you can do as an artist as well. I feel that because I feel like a lot of engineers sometimes, they focus more on just, like you said, turning it up, and there's no dynamics in there. You know what I mean? They're turning everything to full max volume, and they're not really focused on like the specifics of the dynamics of each song. So I definitely feel that for sure, and I think it's impressive, man, that you've been able to find that type of balance through doing all those different things as well. And I guess we'll touch on Legendary for a little bit because it was an album you dropped, I believe, in February of this year. So it came out. So how long was the overall process? Because like you said, it was a process. You mixed certain songs for a long time, and you had to do visuals, you had to do all these different things surrounding it. What was the timetable like for that album? And I guess, what is the overall concept of the album as a whole?
All right, so two-part question. So that was you gave me. So the first question to your first question, I started really working on that album on this album in 2023. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. In 2023, I started working on that album on Legendary, and it took me up until I gave myself a deadline of 2024 to get it done. So I started in 2023, and I kind of just like had the idea I'm gonna do it, but then like in the middle of 2024, my wife was like, "No, we need a deadline. We need to get this done." So I went full-fledged in it. So while I get off work, I'm in the studio. So I grind it out, like, you know what I mean, creating the beats and, all right, coming up with concepts for the songs. Yeah. And, all right, then I have to record it. So I have, and the thing that kind of helped me is because I have templates in my DAW that I have set up. So I already got my vocal chain there. Everything and stuff is kind of, it's just a starter to get my song going, so it'll start sounding good as I'm recording. Mm-hmm. But then as I start, okay, I want to do this, and that's when I start going into the mix mode. So I kind of mix as I go, and then I take time and sit back and listen to it. Like, all right, I'm gonna go back and change this, and then I run it through my mastering stuff and to master it. But the album came about from a dream that I had. So in 2023, I had a dream. And I was in the dream, I was somewhere, it looked like I was at a church or something, and people was having praise team rehearsal, and I just got up there and started singing and started worshiping with them, started leading worship. And so a lady came to me and prayed over me, and then she said to me, "It's time for you to be legendary." And she kept saying, "It's time for you to be legendary." And And I cried in the dream. So I was like, oh, man, like, you know, because I knew, even though it was a lady, but I knew it was God speaking through that person in the dream to tell me. So I woke up and I asked God, what does this mean? He said, I've been hiding you. It's time for you to be legendary. And so then I asked him, what did that mean? So he gave me this whole revelation of, like, Joseph, David, Paul, all these people that you read about in the Bible that's been gone for centuries, but they're legendary to this day. And the reason why they are legendary because of their obedience. God made their name great. And God says it's time for you to be legendary. I'm going to make your name great. Trust me, I'm going to make your name great. And so I said, okay. And then that's the first song on the album. The first song I ever recorded for this album is called Legendary. And it has my younger sister on there, the word lyric. She's on the song. And it was my birthday when I recorded it. And that was my first time doing a song with her.
Nice.
And we did this song. My blood sister, my first time ever doing a song with her. And people loved the song. And that kicked it off.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the album is. The album is just basically an album kind of letting us know as God's children that we are legendary.
Yeah.
Be there.
Yeah.
Wake up. You know, this relationship, I try to hit it on every aspect of legendary. Like our relationship with him is legendary. He's legendary. I got a song on there called Her, talking about my wife because she's legendary. You know, I got a legendary wife, man. Like, you know, and I thank God and I honor her for that. So, you know, just trying to hit it from different angles about us being legendary, and that's what the album is all about.
Yeah. I love that too because I feel like it shows the power that even something like a dream can have too. Because I feel like there's a lot of dreams I have and I forget them immediately. So the power of that you woke up and you remember, you still to this day you remember exactly what happened in the dream too. And it goes to show that it was really meant to be to, you know, craft that project and put that all together. So I think it's incredible that you literally like lived out that dream, you know what I mean, and saw that through. And I guess that I'll hit you with a sidebar question again. This is, you can just answer yes or no. If your wife didn't set the deadline, would it be out now? Like, do you think it would? You think you'd still be working on it or not? If she didn't set the deadline,
I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know because sometimes, like, it wasn't like my thing was so when we first before we actually had the album done, I told her about it, right? And then I ended up putting out a single, the first single from the album called "Be Holy," and so she was like, "So why you want to do this right now?" We literally just had our baby, like you know, he's 1 now, so he was a newborn. And so she like, I said, but God's telling me to do this right now. Like, I'm feeling led to do this. And so she was like, you sure? You sure? So it was a little push back from it. But the good thing is she submitted to what God was telling me. And when I tell you about us being obedient, like, you gotta think, I put that song out last August, and the album came out this February. And my songs are like, I got 2 songs that's charting right now, actually 3, but because we just put out the Christmas song. But 2 songs are charting right now. Put on Your Wings is number 4 on the charts right now. And when you talk about beating up Marvin Sapp and Dietrich Haddon and all these people, only people I ain't beating out right now is Kurt Franklin and Tamla Mann. Like, for somebody to just like, okay, God, I'm doing it. Then I winning awards off being obedient. Yeah. Now she see. Yeah. It's like, okay, now she said, okay, I see this what we had to do. Was it easy? It is some sacrificing that we got to do? Yes. But yes, so that hopefully that answers your question.
For sure. And I think we got to shout out her as well, because it shows that she had a lot of trust in you in that moment too, to be able to see it through with you. So I think that's a big thing. And it sounds like she was just a big part of the project in general and the inspiration behind it too.
So. I want to say this because she's my manager.
Oh, nice.
So y'all heard me say, like, bro, man, listen, I got considered for a Stellar Award this year. That's big. Yeah. All right. I just won 2 Avidity Awards and a Kingdom Image Award in the last 2 weekends, right? And she never dated nobody that done music. She never been in this arena, and she's my manager, and she helped. Crazy. Like, she's a part of this. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she'll get mad because she don't be wanting the recognition like that. But I boost her up because, like, she dope. And she's helping put this all together.
Yeah. Well, that's
And she's
incredible.
learning, but she's been doing all this, and it hasn't even been a year yet.
Yeah.
February make a year. It haven't been a year yet
Yeah.
for this album to be out.
Yeah, and who knows what could happen between now and February? Even more wins coming your guys' way. So that's awesome, and I congratulate you on that, and I congratulate her on that as well because it's super awesome to see. So
Appreciate it.
absolutely, and like you just said, you just dropped a track I think yesterday, "Perfect Gift," which I figured it was a Christmas song because I saw the artwork and I was like, this yells Christmas to me. I don't know if it is or not, and it's called "Perfect Gift." So what is the story behind this track, and was it kind of just something to put out now that the holiday season is kind of here, or what is kind of the goal with this song?
So let me be honest. So with this song, I wasn't looking to do a Christmas song. So I had my team was like, Tramaine, you need to do a Christmas song, because with the radio things going on, your normal spin is gonna go down because of Christian music. So you need a radio song that can stay relevant or whatever. So from that aspect, I was like, I wasn't gonna do it, but then they kept bringing it to me. So I said, but then they were like, "Why don't you do like a Drummer Boy remix or this is the season?" And I'm like, I said, no, if I'm gonna do it, I got to do it Tramaine, and I got to create some original. I don't have to remake somebody else's song. So, and I just sat there and I thought about it, talked to God about it, and I was just like, you know what? Perfect gift. He's the perfect gift. So I did a song about Christ being the perfect gift.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about Christmas holidays and kids talking about, I want a PS5 and I want this, I want that, and whatever. But no, Christ is the perfect gift. All the other stuff is cool. Everything else that you want is cool. But what He has and what the Father sacrificed through His Son to give us is the perfect gift that we can all have. So, and I just wanted to acknowledge Him on the day that everybody says that it's His birthday.
Yeah.
So, just preparing people. So I put it out so we can start preparing people for Christmas. Go ahead and start listening to it. So when you with your family, it got a lot of energy. It's fun. You can dance, but at the same time, it got a good message in it. So it's not just talking about Santa Claus.
Yeah. Love it. I love it because it keeps it authentic too. And like you said, you wanted to do something that felt like it was you as well. And I think it almost is so easy for people to do the covers and do like renditions of past songs, especially for Christmas, because I feel like you hear the same songs usually every year to some extent. But it takes a lot of I think it takes a lot of courage to do something new and to try to do something that is authentically you and yourself. So congrats on that as well, and definitely everybody go check that out too. Along with Legendary, go spin both because I think it's super awesome, and the run you've had this year, incredible. So super awesome. And we're down to the last few questions here. These are ones I ask on every single episode. The first one is, if you could go back 10 years ago and give yourself any piece of advice, or maybe not change anything at all, what do you think you would do?
The only thing that I would change, because I thank God for everything that I've been through because it made me who I am today. But the only thing that I will probably go back and tell myself is give myself some financial literacy because I didn't grow up with it. So if I can go back and tell myself, look, this is how credit work, this is how such and such work, or if I can go back 10 years from now and tell myself to stop looking for the wrong type of women because God blessed them with the right one right now, and go back and tell myself stop worrying about how they look and focus in on like their heart, their mind, how they think. That's what I'll go back and tell myself. Other than that, I'm good. I thank God for everything that I have learned.
Yeah, love that. And if we flip that then and we say 10 years from now, where do you think you envision yourself musically and in life in general?
I see myself, and look, I know I'm a Christian, and I know I'm a child of God. Like I said, God made me legendary, so I see myself being great. I see myself being one of the best singer-songwriter producers that the world knows, and know that I love God. I love my Heavenly Father. I love Jesus Christ. Like, you know what I mean? I love my wife. I want to, when people see me, they be like, man, he was a great husband. He's a great father. That's a great man. And he's still always trying to work on himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want people to see me. And from 10 years from now, when I look at myself, those are goals.
Yeah.
Like, you are fully walking in. I'm not working a job. I'm doing my music and ministry.
Yeah.
Like full time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, I have to clock in. So 10 years from now, you gonna be like, hey man, Tramaine did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah. Leaving that real impact and inspiring others too. You can do a lot of that through that mission too. So I think that's a big thing. So super, super awesome. And do you have any final words of wisdom today for the listeners before we get out of here?
The only thing this is my message that I've been pushing, and I'm gonna stay pushing, is be legendary. I know it's the name of the album, but that's the whole mission. My mission is to get you to see that God created you in His image and after His likeness to be like Him, and so through your obedience to His word, He will exalt you. The Bible said, if you exalt yourself, if you humble yourself under His mighty hand, He will exalt you. So allow yourself to be humble. Humble yourself under His mighty hand, and let God make you a legend. Just be legend. You His child. You know who you are. That's my message.
Yeah.
To people.
Awesome. Well, Tramaine, man, I gotta say thank you for stopping by once again. I do appreciate it, and keep up the great work, because like I said, I'm really inspired by what you do and what you've been putting out recently. And shout out to Dom once again for making this happen this week. And if you ever want to come back on, man, the stage is yours to come back anytime. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, let me say this one thing before we get off of here.
Yes, sir.
Y'all can find me. Y'all go to Tramainelong.com. Y'all can book me. If y'all want me to come to your city, your town, or whatever, Tramainelong.com. My social media is _Tramaine Long on Instagram and Tramaine Long 86 on TikTok. And listen, y'all, I am working on the deluxe version of the Legendary album, so y'all should be seeing that in the beginning of the next year sometime. So that will be coming out, so be on the lookout, man. Other than that, that's all I got.
Awesome. Definitely excited for it, man. Congrats on everything. Congrats on everything you're doing.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks, everyone, for listening today. That was episode 284. We'll be back this time next week. As always, hit that support button on your podcast streaming platform if you'd like to send us any funds. And feel free to leave us that 5-star rating if you enjoyed today's episode. So we'll see you then. Thanks, everyone.